My name is Beth Kiley here for Board Game Geek at Essen 2012, and I am sitting with...
Carlo. Hello everybody from WBS Games.
You beat me to it. I had practiced your name. I was all ready to be Carlo Amadio.
Yeah, Amadeo.
Amadeo. Oh, all right, just as well you did your own
I
name.
trained you well. How you made this mistake?
I know.
Right now, we are shooting now.
It's true.
Okay.
Shame. So anyway, I'm very excited. Actually, could you hand me the box?
Sure. We got two games here.
Yes. We have Legend, the history of the 100 mile.
1,000 Miglia
right.
in Italian. Okay.
1927 to 1933, and then Legends.
The Miglia historical race action game. This is the action game, and this is the simulation game.
All right.
Okay.
And now, which one do we have out here first?
Now, first we got the simulation game.
All right. I will leave that box up.
Perfect. Okay. In this game, we'll we have chosen to show you and to tell you a story, an Italian story that was about the Miglia. There was a car racing. They have been raced from 1927 to 1957, and on our first games, for the first game, we'll decide to use the 1927 to 1933 period. So the first part before the war, the Great War, the Second World War. And then we'll make obviously expansions to this game to cover the whole period up to 1957. Also because
you have built-in expansions ready to go, just following the line of history.
Obviously.
Obviously.
However, in the game you will find 19 different cars that have been 19, that have been historically reproduced, not only in colors. In fact, each car has its material and the colors in dials as the real cockpit. For example, look, this one, or these, wood and black, or aluminium, and so on. They are so trendy and so...
I can tell you love cars.
Yeah, okay. And most of all, aside the graphical part, we spent 4 years in historical researches, and we made this game with the help of actual drivers of these cars. We met, we interviewed, and we tried to ask them what actually is the feeling of driving these cars, and try to transmit this feeling to all gamers, to find themselves behind the wheel of these vintage cars. And the same, feeling is retrieved from the board that is made out by hexagons. That is something that probably we already have seen in other games, but we decided to use this same layout because we wish to reproduce historically all the stages of this historical race. So, for example, you will see almost every hexagon reproduce an historical and a real existing place in Italy. So, for example, this is near Venice. This is Rome as it looks in the 30s.
All right.
This is Brescia as it looks in the 30s. This is a small town in the northern part of Italy. So we try to reproduce exactly the Italian countryside.
Wow. I can tell that you're very good at attention to detail.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Obviously, it has to be used by gamers. So we decided to use the same colors as leader one, about uphill and downhill hexagons, because otherwise we don't want our games going nuts with all different colors and so on. So we voluntarily choose the same colors, okay, to make everything easier. Actually, this is not a luck-driven game, because you don't see dice to choose your movement, but you just have acceleration and deceleration point, and you can achieve a maximal speed.
Which I'm sure is a little bit different for every car.
Yes, it's completely different. There are no two cars that are the same. Okay, so if you ride the same stage with two different cars, you will find that the game is completely different. Because with one car, especially with the handling index here, you can actually drive the car more aggressively or more consistently with a slower pace, okay? In order to get the most of your car. In fact, in this game, even if it's not a cooperative game, you have no opponents. Your first opponent is yourself, and the way how you actually drive your car. And you will have to face not only a difficult track along the road, because this is a national road in Italy, so with a uphill, downhill, winding roads, and also windy. Because,
yeah, both.
because we got
here. We'll actually put it over here. We got a little skid dice here.
No, it's not like that, but we have dry condition roads or wet condition roads. So the weather is in the game. Maybe not windy, but they are winding and wet roads. Anyway, these dice are for handling, so they enter in play anytime you push your car over the limits, and you have to see whether you made some damage to your car. Okay.
Makes sense.
Talking about damage, well, 14 aerial damage.
Yeah, we'll put that right out here in the middle there.
Okay. 14 aerial damage have been simulated in the game, each one with its own consequences on your driving style, and not only, and with its own repairing time. In fact, you can repair your car using your spare parts, or with this item here that is put on an hexagon that marks a service point for your car. Okay, so you have to deal with problems, wearing, damages, and so on, but you can get rid of them at the what is an end point.
Right, yeah, a repair point. Now, just since people might not be able to see, this is just a paper copy of this. Does the game come with a pad of these?
Yes.
I'm sure you could easily laminate this or photocopy it.
Yes, you can photocopy. In fact, we made it suitable for black and white.
Right, yes, it says green, yellow, and red, so in case you
want to make it black and white.
Right.
Okay. And another thing, you can download them from our site at wbsgame.com.
Fantastic.
So you can
which is, I believe, printed right there at the bottom. Yes.
Make a copy before playing or download it free. Okay. So the players choose one car in between the roster, and then take one car status sheet and a speed chart, and it's ready to go.
Right.
At this point, for example, I take the same car because I like very much these vintage style phones, because you can recognize your car not for the colors, because they're all the same, but for its particular design
and its shape. Yeah.
And shape. Okay. So I put the car on starting line. Okay. And just write down, my acceleration, talking about the basic rules. I write down 3 here, for example, and I move by 3 to 3. Then I can keep on accelerating, move on 3 plus 3 is 6. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What happens here? Obviously, when you reach a curve stretch, you have to deal with a speed lower than or equal to the indicated speed. If you use the ideal line here, or this one for example, you achieve a +1 bonus on the indicated speed. This means, for example, that here I can drive my car at 7 instead 6. So I can accelerate a little more, write down 7, and I move by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and so on. Okay? The difference is when you reach a downhill stretch, you will receive a +1 on the indicated speed, on the turn speed.
Whether you want it to or not.
That you want it or not, and believe me, usually you want it, you don't want it, because it puts yourself most of the times close to a hairpin, and you're too fast or too close to brake. So most of the time you don't want it. Instead of talking about the uphill stretches, you lose 1 acceleration point and 1 maximal speed point. So you have to choose whether to slow down or to force your car to push harder your car with the chance of damaging it. And remember that the race is very long, because we're talking about 1,000 miles.
Right.
Okay, and the game doesn't finish with the first stage, but there are 15 stages.
Wow.
Yes. The good thing is that since you record everything and you have how to say a timing here, and
right, kind of your score times.
Your score times here, exactly. You can stop the game today and restart on the next stage in a week, tomorrow, in a month, whenever you want.
So you have a racing campaign.
Yeah, exactly. And you can. It's really suitable for tournaments, for example, because since it's made on a base of on a timing base, many tables can race the same stage. Then you can make at the same time. Then you can make rankings. Okay, so you know who's the first one, and the game who's the leader, and the game is so well designed that you can even how to say play it in solo, okay, in solitary game, and check and compare your timings with the real one. So you can beat Nuvolari, Caracciola, Marzi, and so on, and you feel yourself, your ego inflate and get bigger and bigger, boost out. So I'm a lonely child, so for this reason I always try to design games that can be played in solo and can be entertaining. Okay, I had to say that I made a really good thing in this because it's really enjoyable even alone.
Now, how many players does one box support, though? How many could you play at a time?
Well, we're not talking about a box limit, because actually even up to 10, 11, or even 12 can drive in a single stage.
Yeah, since everyone has their own pad and...
Yeah, exactly. We put a limit in six players, okay? So to be, it looks like a good trade-off between a tournament and a solitary game.
Now, okay. If you did all 15 stages,
yes,
how long, at least would that take one person to do on average?
Well, I made it with 4 persons, and we took 6 hours.
All right, so it's definitely a good amount of time to...
See, it's not bad. You have to consider that the one turn lasts 10 seconds.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you did 3 just there.
Yeah, for example. And a stage like this, in 6 people, it's over in 20, 25 minutes.
Right.
So it's a very fast-paced one, and it gives you some time to relax after a stage. You make your calculation here, and you got time to have a cup of tea and to discuss on what happened. And
recap.
Yes, because our brand name is We Build Smiles, so WBS stands for We Build Smiles. And this means that we want our customers, our gamers, are happy of our products, not only when they're playing it, but also when they are thinking to it. So it's our main objective.
Now, this other box we have down here, now is this another standalone game?
Another standalone game.
All right, well then we're going to mention that in a moment then.
Yes.
We'll give that its own screen time. But thank you so much for showing me Legend.
Yeah.
1,000 miles across Italy. And
thank you very much.
You're very welcome.